The desert border between Israel and Egypt is a long, porous, and vulnerable one. For generations, if not millennia, this region has been exploited by smugglers bringing in drugs, weapons, prostitutes, and for the past few years, Africans seeking freedom in the West. Now Israel wants to seal this border.
We are in Israel. Egypt is 10 meters away and you can clearly see there's no barrier. There's no problem for anyone infiltrating, unless we lay an ambush for them or a patrol passes by.
The Israeli government sees infiltrations as a national threat, and it recently approved $400 million to erect a barrier along the 240-kilometer frontier. Here on the Egyptian-Israeli border, the peace and tranquility is an illusion. Smugglers from the Sinai are attempting almost daily to come into the country, bringing drugs, bringing weapons, and bringing asylum seekers. The Israeli army is attempting to stop that. In the past few years, 20,000 refugees have crossed the border on this route. Some are shot by Egyptian border guards, but all are desperate to reach freedom inside of Israel.
They're coming in here night after night in large numbers, 200 last week alone. We check them, give them food and water, and take them to a detention center. That's it.
After a short detention, the illegal aliens, most of them fleeing forced military service in Eritrea or the war in Sudan, are dumped in the streets of Tel Aviv, where they live in shelters or eke out a living doing menial labor. Yohannes Bayu, himself a recognized political refugee from Ethiopia, has set up a center to help the refugees.
Look, we're talking about today 20,000 refugees, right? And Israel is one of the developed and rich countries. It is nothing. Other countries are dealing with hundreds of thousands of refugees throughout the years.
International aid workers and lawyers are worried that the new barrier will make it more difficult for genuine refugees and asylum seekers to seek safety in Israel.
I think the target that the government is seeking will be at least partially achieved. There would be a reduction in the number of people arriving, but at a very, very high human cost.
Some of the refugees remain in jail. This man from Darfur spoke to the media line from prison on condition he not be identified.
Maybe if I'd been killed on the way it would have been better, because now I'm back in prison. I want to get out. Just send me back to Darfur to die.
Residents along the border say an improved barrier will help them feel safer from infiltrators.
Our security situation now is relatively good, but further on the border is open. I understand they're dealing with it now, and that it will improve the situation against infiltrations without a doubt.
I would like this country to fulfill its role as a Jewish and a democratic state and as a safe haven to people who suffer persecution.
The fence is not a solution. It has been tried to many countries around the world. It doesn't work. These people are doing whatever it takes just not to save their life.
While the debate continues whether these people are asylum seekers fleeing persecution or just migrant workers looking for better jobs, it is clear that the barrier will make it harder to get to the promised land. On the Israeli-Egyptian border, this is Arieh O'Sullivan reporting for the Media Line.